Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I want to talk to you for a moment, if I may, on the subject matter, why small government is choice. Why small government is the choice. This is a very special message. I call it special beginning on the fact that I am standing here, may I say, in excruciating pain. Ugh. But it's so important. Why small government is the choice of the people. Well, let's see here. I keep seeing these glasses flash up with different colors, and see if I can see with some different glasses. Woo! Not as good. So, well, forgive the flashes. What does little government represent? This is what the people want. This message will show you that little government represents robbery. Now, what does big government? Well, this message will show you that big government represents protection. Big government takes care of big things for great people. Big government assures every citizen a great career. Big government assures every citizen a home. You know what it's like not to have a home? Do you know what it's like to be sheltering in some community facility or sleeping under a bridge? You know what it's like to have to eat at a shelter or go to a free store to get your clothes? That's Goodwill. I tell you, the Goodwill prices really have changed. You know what it's like trying to continue your education, follow up, feel like you might be a little short, a little bit additional education might be all that you need. Well, have you run into obstacles? Or maybe you got a chance to get in, had to go into debt, and you've been riding that debt for quite some time. Is it feel like it's choking you, doesn't it? And what about health care? Well, there are so many people who have such a struggle with health care, they try to stay away from the emergency room because they can't afford co-payments or anything of this sort. And so the medication that they have been given, only thing it does is to bring us alive some side effect, and then we find ourselves creeping through life before we even know it, headed to that ultimate place. But big government protects us from stuff like that. Transportation, places you need to go, places you need to be. It sounds like I'm talking about a dream, I know. Some will say the only people that got a chance to experience these kinds of things are those who have, well, you know, and we'll get to that too. But big government protects so that you, my friends, can have streets that are beautiful, not potholes. Streets and highways that where you're traveling and a lot of winter weather is there and you still have to travel, then sensors or whatever other discoveries that could be used to enhance that transportation process will be made available because, and you will understand that this happens when we're talking about big government, when big government can be affected. Well, what big government truly does, ladies and gentlemen, is it protects the basic human rights for all people. It protects the basic human rights for all people. Big government does that. And big government also allows for peace. And how does it do that? Big government stands up for justice. Yes, I know that might seem something that's far, but big government stands up for that. Justice, and you will have peace. Prosperity, it allows you, the citizens, to engage yourselves in this life. Not idly loitering, but engaging. This is prosperity, freedom. Big government promotes freedom and allows you to be you, not change you to be what someone else wants you to be, not change you to do what someone else wants you to do, but allows you to be who you are. That's freedom, my friends. And since you have this freedom, then it allows you to choose your career. And we know we're going to be doing it every day, at night, or whatever the time frame involved. We're going to be doing it. We got to love it. And so this gives us our greatest joy. Choosing the career that gives us our greatest joy, that allows us to be a participant, engaging ourselves so that we can be prosperous. My friends, and when we got these things together like this, it brings and promotes what happiness. Happiness between we the people. We are not at odds with one another. We are happy. If we see each other, all we see is happiness on our faces. Why? Because we have conquered that enemy. Yes. And so we now live our dreams. We don't wake up in the morning talking about what we dreamed. At least if we do, it's because we know that something's about to happen, something about to change, something fantastic. We are living it. This is happening because we have what? The protection of big government. Now, personal acts. I know some of you might be thinking strange, but let's see if I can put your mind at ease. Personal acts that do not engage or infringe, should I say, on the rights of others, such as transsexuals, such as adultery, such as fornication, just to name a few. Now, these things are personal acts. These things are between you who engage yourselves in the process and your relationship with God. It does not affect the community at large. It does not infringe upon our freedom to be who we are. And so what you're doing is your personal business and not our business. And when it comes down to that, if God got a problem with that, we're going to let God handle that. Well, this is that wonderful, wonderful big government that I've been telling you about. If it affects the people negatively, then big government is there to protect. Now, the subject matter is why small government is a choice. And I took this time so far to tell you about big government. So now let me tell you about small government. You see, some want small government. They welcome small government, but because small government allows them to promote stuff like business. And we know what business is about. All business, in the sense that we talk of business, is about profit. And when we speak of profit in the terms of business, as we speak of business, we're talking about getting in return more than you gave out. This is why many times they are against regulations. Regulations put a damper on what their objective is, and their objective is bottom line, profit. Small government represents a cry for small taxes. It promotes some have and some have not. Wow, come on, Payne. Small government for profit allows for easy deception. In dealing with small government, as we have experienced, it allows for lies. A lot of lies go on. A lot of cheating. And according to what our records indicate, there's a lot of stealing. And all of these kind of things being necessitated causes poverty. And from poverty, we get what? Crime and violence. And we don't argue about that. We know in our societies, I guess all over the globe, we are experiencing these kinds of crises, some more than others. Then we have, from this crime and violence, we end up with hatred. Hatred because something is happening where some people can and others can't. What do you expect? There's an injustice right here. So we got hatred. And out of that hatred, you got, next thing you start, is racism. Who do you hate? Do you hate people that look like you or others? Well, you start out hating others. That's why we get racism. And then we're advocating something that we represent, which we do not represent. We got this bigotry. And then the next thing we have is terror. People getting guns, walking around killing people. Just weird. Then, if it's not stopped, it's curtailed, you have war. And here in America, when you look at what I've just shared with you about small government, the choice of the American people, it brings what we have, something called MAGA, Make America Great Again. Yes, this is a part of the fruition of small government. And out of that, we have a voice called Donald J. Trump. And yes, that is a part of small government. And out of that, we have January 6, 2021. That's a natural progression or digression, whatever you want to call it. From that, we have the insurrection, to destroy, to bring down, to kill. And from that, they are trying to structure what we might call a banana republic. And after we bring ourselves to that level, what happens next? And it's happened ever since existence. If you were ever a dynasty, this is the process, my friends, whereby you lose it. Whatever you were, you are no more. But I want you to know what a satisfied government is one that protects the system that the people have determined as essential for the life they have chosen. The government is big enough to protect every decision of the people, all of them. The government is big enough to protect the decision of the people, all of them. Personal is personal. Does not affect negatively any unwanted participation. Your business equals small business. Your business equals small government. The people's business, big government. And so you see, my friends, what big government produces, and you see what small government produces. And I've shared this with you so you can get some picture from the guy at this level, speaking, I hope, in terms you can understand. Now the choice is up to you. Thank you so very much.